you can hear. So today I'm gonna talk about Cobra Kai season 2 about Tommy. So first of all, I am really grateful about that. I mean, it's really complicated to talk about Tommy character played by Rob Garrison on the season 2 on the set scene about. I don't know. There is something that's really important about him. He has something. This is kind of stoicism. If I look at his personality since Karate Kid Part 1, 1994. Although he's part 1 of Bully that kick Daniel's butt with his friends, especially on a Halloween day, while full skeleton guys beaten up full skin kid. It's kind of unnecessary, right? But I think there is one thing about positive side of Tommy Cobra Kai. That like he is joined Cobra Kai because see Johnny Lawrence has some guts, right? And then the good side about Tommy that yeah, he's kind of humorous, comedy Cobra alongside of his friends, despite Jimmy is the quiet one and Bobby is the good one. Johnny is the most badass among all. I mean, the Tommy is kind of stoicism. Teenager were on that time that just along with his friends, laughing, cheering. Although he is part of the one who kissed Daniel's face with his face, I guess, and encouraged Johnny to kick Daniel on his heart, so he has heart feeling break. I don't know, man. So, but I think that's positive side of Tommy. We can learn that he's just keep humoristic. I mean, fun with his friend, even his any times on Cobra Kai season 2. I think you can we learn. I mean, it's now rain and I really felt cold this time. And I think it's a real side of Tommy, alongside with Bobby that makes sense with Johnny too. That make Daniel alive until season 5, right? And I think sometimes we will talk about Terry Silver's background. I mean, and Cobra Kai is really uh, there is nothing black and white system on that series. It's like gray. Nothing's really good, nothing's really bad. And I think if Terry Silver has a good side too, and if we can see Johnny Long, I mean John Chris on a season 5 when it's get something like psychiatry treatment, and we can see positive sides of John Chris, that he's basically a broken man that experiences many bad things. Like we can see a representation of him with Betsy and like and other characters, and mostly he has the soft side to Johnny Lawrence at a young age with that little red jacket. That's really cool to see it. And Tori Nichols, right? He has positive sides too. Like we can redeeming John Chris on that season, right? Although that he is escaped from the prison and do something, you know, still badass, That's the way of Cobra Kai. Right? And after all, there is nothing black and white on this series. Cobra Kai is a really good series, despite of the stereotypical. I don't think that's really not the problem, but the problem is we can perceive every kind of characters on that series, especially John Chris. That's not really bad. He's not bad person at all, and we can see in the end John Chris he find his young self and he says basically just says you just have to figure it out, right? That's basically we can see a good side inside of John Chris himself. And I think on the season 6 we would can see Terry Silver experience the same thing too, because he has some kind of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, if I'm right, kind of thing. Because we can see on season 4 Terry Silver has kind of traumatic when he sees something like pistols or a gun that shootings like a hair dryer to a kind of food. I don't really remember about it. I think we can see Terry Silver in season 6. He would experience the same thing too. I guarantee you. I'm pretty sure about that. He would like experience the psychiatric stuff like John Chris did in season 5, and yeah, in the end he will find his old self too and say, you just have to figure it out, right?